What's up, ladies and gentlemen of the interweb? Today, we're talking about Max Payne 4 again. It seems like every time I talk about Max Payne 4, it's just a hope and a wish. But this time is different. This time, we get actual, definitive, spiritual successor to Max Payne. And that's exciting. So watch this entire episode talking about the spiritual successor to Max Payne and why you're going to want to get this game. This game is called Control. Control is being made by Remedy Entertainment, the original developers of Max Payne, but there is a twist. You wanna know what that twist is? I will read it to you right here. James McCarthy, the voice of Max Payne as Zachariah Trench. That is a very big deal. One of the main characters in the game with the exact same backstory as Max Payne is being voiced by the man who plays Max Payne. You may think to yourself, how is this aged as a spiritual successor? This is how it's a spiritual successor. The basic story of the game is you work for the FBC, which is somewhat like the FBI, but just in a psychomantis kind of way, a psychological kind of way more, I guess would be the better word. There is going to be people in there like Psychomantis from Metal Gear Solid, but it's going to be centered more around a phenomenon of spiritual events. You're going to go through the same trials and tribulations almost as you did in the first Max Payne. It's being brought up as a modern spiritual successor to the whole Max Payne series, which is extremely exciting as a Max Payne fan because we haven't necessarily had a game that comes close to Max Payne in a very, very long time. So with Control coming out late, I believe it's listed as a late 2019 release. So with that game coming in 2019, we're finally going to get our own little spiritual successor to Max Payne. Max Payne is a game that we've all loved for quite a very long time. Many of us grew up with that series as a child and got the game Max Payne 3 as teenagers, and now here we are as adults waiting for Max Payne 4. Maybe you're older, maybe you're younger. Doesn't really matter. We're all fans of the series. So the basic sense of Control is that you're going to be playing as a woman, running around, trying to figure out what's going on, and you're being guided by a spirit who died in the very beginning of the game, which is what they told us, so that's not really a spoiler, and that's very similar to Max Payne. Max lost his family in the very beginning of the series, and then they're kind of like a recurring ghost in the back of his mind somewhat throughout the entire series, and that's what it's going to be like for this as well. It's really kind of quite exciting when you start to think about all the similarities that they're adding into the story of Control that was in Max Payne way back in the day. There is, unfortunately, a sad chance that this may not be like Max Payne at all. We have been led on by Remedy Entertainment in the past. Quantum Break was supposed to be like Max Payne, but then Quantum Break ended up being more like 3-day-old Chinese food instead of Max Payne. So there's a small chance that Control is not going to be anything like Max Payne. But from what they've said so far, and even bringing in pretty much the entire cast of Max Payne. They have the man who voiced Max Payne, and they have like 50 billion other voice actors from the Max Payne series coming in to voice characters in this. This is probably the closest we're going to get to Max Payne 4 for a very long time. The character that Max plays is apparently a older character, so there we go. We're getting a little bit older Max Payne, I guess. But following a new person, a new main character, of course. Even though it's a completely new IP, I gotta say that one more time. This isn't Max Payne 4. But it is a lady being followed as the main character. So maybe this is going to be somewhat an alternate reality Max Payne. As if like his daughter didn't get slaughtered in the very beginning of the series. Like how much different his life could have gone because the FBC is in fact a division of law enforcement. So, you know, it could somewhat end up being an alternate reality Max Payne. That would be very exciting. A lot of the gameplay features that they said, such as the bullet time modes, the diving modes, the dual wielding, the running around, the stealth aspects, it's all very reminiscent of the original Max Payne's and even Rockstar's version of Max Payne. There's so many similarities between Max Payne and Control that when this game comes to full fruition and it releases in late 2019, that this game may very well be that game that we've been waiting for. It might be the game to scratch the Max Payne itch, and that would be low-key extremely phenomenal. We have gone so long without a Max Payne experience. There really hasn't been anything close to it. I mean, you could say Red Dead Redemption 2 might have been the closest we've gotten to Max Payne, but still, it's not Max Payne. This is being made by the original developers with the original voice acting cast of Max Payne, so there's a very high possibility that this could end up being exactly what we've been wanting. Whether it will or not, I'm not for sure. Either way, it's very exciting to have a Max Payne spiritual successor. This can be the Max Payne 4 we never got. So with that being said, if you're excited, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.